Hello everyone, we're just going to talk a bit about The Suicide Squad and potentially a follow-up movie to The Suicide Squad.
A sequel?
Yes.
The Suicide Squad?
The Suicide Squad.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excited for that? Spoilers for the first film and I guess the second film. I meant to say, you know what I mean.
Spoilers for every film ever made.
Exactly.
If you've not watched a famous film in the last 50 to 100 years,
Go
watch it now. We're going to spoil it for you.
We're going to spoil Snake Eyes,
That's right.
a movie we haven't seen.
Yeah.
But he does get his snake eyes at the
And he
end.
never gets the snake out of his eyes.
Anyways, leave a like if you could. First of all, I want to talk about how James Gunn came to DC and what ideas kind of were thrown his way. This is from Newsweek, who said, the Suicide Squad was not their plan A, as in DC and Warner Brothers.
Oh.
First, they came to me and said, Superman. And I said, I don't know. What do you think about that?
It's probably too many Supermen to direct in a
Three
single
Supermans.
movie. The three Supermans.
They could have just said Supermans.
That's true.
And that would have, yeah, I mean,
Three Supermans and a super baby.
would that be interesting to you to see James Gunn do a version of Superman? Or do you think, like, would you want to push him to make a movie that he's not interested in?
Oh, then
essentially?
no. But I mean, it would be like if he was on board with it, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we recently saw the movie Brightburn.
Yes.
Which is sort of that feels like a James Gunn-esque Superman
Sure.
story, which is like, what if Superman, but evil and gross?
Well, Superman also might be showing up later. We'll be talking about that.
Evil
a bit.
and gross?
No, not
Oh,
necessarily, but
nice
maybe
and regular.
We'll talk about it. He went on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast though, and he talked more about this. And he said, "I'm not saying I'd never be interested in Superman, but if it was Batman, which Matt Reeves was already doing, it might have felt differently because I understand Batman, I understand Harley Quinn, I don't understand every character." He did say though, I consider doing a crypto movie, which I thought would be really fun.
Bitcoin.
No, Mason.
Dogecoin.
Crypto the Superdog
Oh, makes more sense.
with a K. But that shows where my head's at. I wasn't interested in doing a traditional Superman thing. He's talking about Superman, isn't he?
I think he's obsessed with
Yeah.
Superman.
A superpowered dog from Krypton. So a superpowered dog from Krypton running around a city, destroying it while Superman tries to track him down and get him. That seemed interesting to me. So do you think you could build a whole movie like that? That'd be like Baby's Day Out.
It
but
feels a lot like Baby's Day Out, like some sort of Looney Tunes cartoon
yeah.
with a baby going on a rampage.
But you know about how they're doing an animated Super Pets movie, right?
Yes.
I think The Rock's in it or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So there you go.
Is he a pet rock?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. He also mentioned that with these traditional properties like Superman and Justice League, people have so many ideas about who they are, and it's less of a fun playground, which I think is true. Like everybody has opinions on those major characters. and
Exactly, but
teams,
if you get a Peacemaker, a character who was acquired by DC in the 80s and really they haven't done anything with for decades, you can pretty much do whatever you want and nobody's going to complain.
you could do a television show.
I mean, one guy will be like, "Oh, he's actually my favorite character," and then it'll be like, "Do you're actually thinking of the comedian, the Watchmen character that was based on him?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, actually, that's what
I was thinking about that,
I was
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about that. I actually do not care about Peacemaker at all."
Here's where it gets interesting, though. Well, it's already been really interesting, but here's where it gets more
right.
interesting.
There's a bombshell for you, viewers. This video wasn't interesting until just now.
You've been bored, but get ready now.
That's right.
Grip the edge of your seat. He spoke to Film Starts and said, when I first started writing The Suicide Squad, one idea was that they would fight Superman. The Suicide Squad has to catch Superman for some reason. That was all just a vague idea. It's gotten out of hand or he's being controlled by someone. Then this group of lousy supervillains has to face the most powerful hero in the world.
That's interesting because obviously,
Yeah.
quite recently, we've seen the trailer release for what's it
A
called?
Suicide Squad game.
Kill the Justice League, right? Where they are going to be facing off against, at the very least, an angry Superman, an angry red-faced Superman.
So angry. Maybe he's drunk. Maybe that's why he's red-faced, but
That's
I don't
right.
think it's that. The other thing is he mentioned, which is interesting, I like the idea, and if DC does a sequel, then please not without me. I'll talk a bit about the future of things that he's involved in. But Walter Marder has mentioned James Gunn is welcome back. Whatever he wants to do, he has a real vision. And he's a great partner with us. He'll be back. We have more stuff planned. So we know he's got to do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. On top of the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Are you sure about that?
He's filmed the Peacemaker series, which is still coming, but
Yeah.
obviously there's a bunch of post-production. But do you think there's a chance that if the Suicide Squad gets a sequel, that's the kind of sequel we'd like to make with Superman? Follow-up question, which Superman would it be?
Oh, great question.
Yeah.
George Reeves.
Mason, you can't pick him.
Why not?
Because he died.
Oh.
And even if he didn't die at the time, he would be dead for a very long time.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
Then that is a great question. Can we get Tyler Hoechlin in?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is because Superman is mentioned in the Suicide Squad, and I've got a quote.
And regular Suicide Squad.
That's right.
Yeah. And in this very video.
This one he's brought up multiple times. He says Bloodsport is in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet. Yes, the Suicide Squad is part of the DC EU, but I don't know which Superman it was because I don't get to cast the next Superman. So it could be Henry Cavill. It could be somebody else. It's whoever people decide on other than me, because we know there's a number of things in the works. You mentioned the TV version. J.J. Abrams is doing one. Maybe Henry Cavill is still in the universe. There's rumors that he's actually going to show up in the new Flash movie, but there's also people debunking that very thing.
Yeah.
But don't you think it would be...
And they'd be like, why would we put Superman in this obvious Batman movie? There's no room. We'll put 10 Batman in it.
Exactly. But I don't know. To me, like... No, he's not interested in Superman, but he clearly has been thinking about it a lot.
This is classic reverse psychology, I think.
And what he could do with that
Maybe
character.
they're like, you definitely cannot have Superman. And he's like, well, I didn't even want Superman. They're like, do you want Superman, though?
Superman.
Superman.
Yeah,
maybe.
Do you think, though, we're at a point where, I mean, we've seen so many dark versions of Superman lately, even like knockoffs in like The Boys, and we've seen like Omni-Man and whatever. Yeah. And, Henry Cavill's version, he's not nice a lot of the time, is he?
That's true.
Remember he tried to take over the world in a dream or a flash forward or whatever?
What about they're after Bizarro?
Sure,
Bizarro Superman.
Yeah. What I do think is interesting, though, because... if you go back to Suicide Squad 2016, which I often do, I'm always looking at it on IMDb and just looking at the cast and crew and going, wow, look at this. Look at all these people that worked on this thing for some reason.
They all got together. They all worked on it. They worked real hard.
The cast got tattoos for some reason.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're the cast of Lord of the Rings? An actual good film? Get out of here.
Yeah, the tattoos say we're the cast of Lord of the Rings. They're way bigger, unnecessary, and wrong.
Yeah, but...
but what are you going to say no to these people? They come into your tattoo parlor?
Yeah, that's exactly it. But what I think, something that movie mentioned, which was interesting, is that the Suicide Squad is essentially put together if somebody, for example, Superman, went on a rampage.
Yeah.
And if you want to get people in for a sequel, why not have a movie where Superman goes on a rampage and you need the Suicide Squad?
It's Chekhov's Superman.
That's right.
You put him in Act 1, Suicide Squad. Mm-hmm. You gotta set him off in number 3.
Exactly.
The Suicide Squad.
So there you go. Anyways, I just thought that was really interesting. All of the times that it came out,
and all the times he said Superman,
and that's right. And all the times he said Superman. I also.
What is this? Some kind of Superman squad?
Very good.
You know what they could do?
What's that?
Because who's been on the Suicide Squad in the comics?
Yeah,
General Zod.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Zod's dead, but maybe get Ursa?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Maybe put her on the squad, and Superman's like, I'm not letting you on. No, stop this.
I was going to say,
stop it.
I was going to say, they could just bring back Zod, but they did. He was Doomsday.
He's Doomsday. Do it again.
Why not?
Do it again.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. So, yeah, but he also mentioned that the original ending that he pitched, and he spoke to a variety about this, was that one of the main characters died, and that was going to be Ratcatcher 2. But he decided that it was too dark, and so he made it Polka Dot Man. It was a bit of bit of a funny situation.
More fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I do wonder whether that might be the catalyst of the next movie. If you kill a beloved character from
the previous movie, yeah.
And it might not necessarily be Ratcatcher.
Yeah. Like if you kill the only Australian from the previous movie, maybe some Australian podcasters would have a big sook about it.
Would have a big sook and a cry about it.
That's right. We get real mad.
Speaking of, though, we have a podcast, don't we, Mason?
That's right.
It's called The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. It actually comes out a day early at our own subscription service, Patreon-esque, called BigSandwich.co, where we do movie commentaries, we do bonus podcasts. Early videos go up there also, don't they?
That's right.
But yeah, I'm curious though, would people be interested in a Superman has to get taken down by the Justice League, the movie? That's the official title as well. Movie.
The movie.
Because for me,
yes,
I think that's the natural progression of these characters and this series. Which some of them are connected, these movies, or they aren't.
Have them look, and even if it's not Superman, have them take on another, big gun of the DC universe.
That's right.
Aquaman.
A really big gun.
Suicide Squad, but they're all on speedboats.
Speederside Squad.
Yes.
All right.
Speederside boats.
Good as Eddie. Anyways, I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
Let's get out of here, Mason.
Do you know?
I don't know everything, but
how Bloodsport got Superman with that kryptonite bullet?
How?
Baked it into a cake.
Great, I love it.
Anyway, grab that Jeremy, guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.